when you feel like you're being called to create something else, when you are no longer feeling like the life you have is a fit for the goals you have or for the ambition that you have, that's when you know it's time to change, right? And your only job is to focus on becoming the very next best version of you. You don't have to try to become the woman who can conquer it all in one day. Look at your life, look at the things you feel the most tested by, and that is the lesson that you need to learn, right? That is the version of you that's being called into existence. Hello and welcome back. My name is Juditha and I am your mindset coach. In this space, we talk about all of the things that matter when you're creating your dream life. I've been where you are, so I get it, okay? This video is for you if you feel like you are always being tested. This is going to be exactly what you need to understand why things feel hard sometimes, why life feels hard, why it feels like nothing is working out for you. I am going to completely shift your perspective, because when you shift your perspective and you start to see the world in a different way, your reality will change, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is like, if you feel like you're being tested, what does being tested actually mean? First perspective shift I want you to have is stop looking at everything as you're being tested, right? And look at it more so as you're being prepared, right? Because what being tested really is that you have these set of desires, right? There's things that you say you want. And for example, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there is a lot of mindset work that you have to do, right? You have to become resilient. You have to be willing to take risks. You have to be confident. You have to be able to fight the imposter syndrome that is gonna come up. So in order for you to become the woman who can do all those things, guess what? You have to be prepared. And guess what that preparation looks like? It looks like the obstacles that you face, right? It looks like the tests, or like the things that come into your life that feels like, why is this testing me? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, that is what being prepared looks like. I always like to say that God will not give you the cake, but he will for sure give you all the ingredients that you need to make it, right? And when it comes to your dream life, like, he will for sure lead you exactly where you want to be. However, the ingredients to make that life that you say you want, it's the challenges, it's the people that challenge you, it's the moments where you feel like you don't have enough money and you figure it out. Like, all these things are meant to create a certain type of woman. And that type of woman is going to be key to creating the life that you say you want, right? Because again, this version of you created this life that you have. Look around. Every choice that you've made, every thought that you've been thinking, every belief that you have, whether it's limiting or freeing, it brought you here, right? Whether you love it or you hate it, you got here because of this version of you. And that's why we give our current selves a lot of love, because we would not be here without this version of us. However, when you feel like you're being called to create something else, when you are no longer feeling like the life you have is a fit for the goals you have or for the ambition that you have, that's when you know it's time to change, right? And your only job is to focus on becoming the very next best version of you. You don't have to try to become the woman who can conquer it all in one day. Look at your life, look at the things you feel the most tested by, and that is the lesson that you need to learn, right? That is the version of you that's being called into existence. That's all those challenges mean. So again, it's not that you're just being tested, right? It's not that you can't have what you want, but you do have to be prepared, right? How can you become resilient if you have never been in a situation where resilience is required? How can you be courageous if you have never been in a situation where you have to act out of courage, right? Where you have to literally be able to say, I am so afraid, but because this is the life I want and this is the person it requires me to be, I'm going to do it anyways, right? That's why these experiences are here. And if you can adopt that perspective, you won't be slowed down for long. You won't be stopped for long. Like the negative thoughts, the things that make you feel like you can't get from where you are to where you want to be, it will not be able to stop you. And it's all in your hands. It's literally just a perspective shift that you have to have. And once you have it, your next job is to continue to remind yourself of where you're going. Continue to remind yourself that I can figure anything out, right? This is how we rewire. This is how you rewire the way that you think. And this is required. Okay, your goals are going to require you to rewire your identity, rewire your perspective, rewire your focus. But this isn't something that you have to do all at once. It's something that you do day by day. You take it one day at a time. So this is exactly what I want you to do. If you feel like you're being tested, the first thing is to adopt the perspective that whatever is going on in your life currently is happening for you, right? you need to sit down, get a journal, and literally write down everything that you feel is challenging you, whether it's a financial challenge, a personal challenge, a relationship challenge. Whatever you feel is challenging you, write it down, because when you write it down, then you can start to pull the lesson from it, right? Not only that, but something that I like to do is I like to look at whatever feels like it like is a challenge or like a weight on me right now. I look at it and I think, what type of woman would I become if I overcame this? Right? Like, what type of woman would this challenge make me once I get through it? Because that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is to see who you become afterwards, right? It's not for you to be punished. It's not for you to sit there. It's not for you to feel stuck. It's simply for you to be like, oh, damn. If I get over this, if I can get over my own brain, the type of woman that I will become will be the type of woman that my goal requires me to become. So look at it like that. Look at everything that feels like a challenge. Like, what could this be teaching me? If you feel like you don't have enough, you're not making enough, the bills are piling up. If you feel that way, ask yourself, what could this be teaching me? Like, let me look at my thoughts about money. Let me look at my actions with money. Let me look at my beliefs about money, because all of those things is what's creating your reality with money. It's the same thing with love. It's the same thing with your professional, your personal relationships. Look at them. Look at the challenges that you are facing in each thing, and one by one peel them apart. And this might feel overwhelming, but do it slowly, right? One thing that I will say about healing and about rewiring your brain is be okay with the time it takes, because I promise you, once you get to the other side, like once I went from being super in lack to feeling super abundant, I don't look back anymore and think about how much time it took me to get to this place, right? I don't look back and think about how long it took me to become self-aware or emotionally aware. It doesn't matter, because I decided that that was the type of woman I wanted to be. Therefore, quitting was never an option. And when quitting is not an option, figuring it out is the only other option, right? Continuing no matter what is the only other option. So that is the ultimatum that you have to give your soul. And the reason you want to do it is not out of hate for the life that you have, not out of hate for the woman that you are now, but because of how much you love yourself, right? Because of how much you want to love the life that you are living, because that's what you deserve, right? Your reality is just mirroring to you who you currently are. And if you don't like what you see, you get to change who you are, because that's what's in your control. And when you change who you are, you change your beliefs, you change your actions, you change your thoughts, you change your perspective, right? And all of that happens congruently. But when you change who you are, your reality has to change to reflect the new version of you. That is just how the law of attraction works. Like attracts like. You attract who you are. You attract the things that are a vibrational match to this version of you. So when you want financial freedom, you want location freedom, you want the dream job, right? You want the dream relationship. All that is asked of you is, hey, are you willing to outgrow this version of you? Are you willing to look at yourself, look at your flaws, look at the ways in which you've been keeping yourself stuck, look at the negative thoughts that you've been thinking, look at the things that you have never admitted to anyone out loud, right? Because if you can do that work, then the very things that you say you want, they will come running towards you. But they cannot come running towards a version of you that isn't aware that it's a problem. They cannot come running towards a version of you that has no idea where to start, how to fix it, that has no idea how to be resilient, that doesn't try, that doesn't continue despite the fear. Like attracts like, okay? I'm not saying you have to be positive Polly, because positive thinking is not what's going to manifest your dream life. Absolute thinking is, right? Absolute thinking is when you say, you know what? I understand that where I'm at, life feels hard right now, but I absolutely believe that I won't be here forever. Like you don't automatically have to believe that you're going to be a millionaire, but you do have to absolutely believe that there is a way out of this situation. You do have to believe that you will not be here forever. You do have to believe that you love yourself so much, right? And you love the possibility of the life that you could live so much. Like the idea of that, you need to love that way more than you love the comfort of where you are, right? And the thing about your brain is it equates comfort with safety. It does not equate comfort and with happiness, right? So what I basically mean by that is it does not necessarily care if you're happy. It cares if you're comfortable. It cares if you're safe. It cares if you continue to do the same things over and over, because your brain likes predictability. It likes when you can come home and do the same things that you do every day. Whether those things actually help you or hinder you, your brain doesn't care. If you've been doing the same things for the same amount of years, Your brain loves that. That's why you can get addicted to chaos, right? That's why you can be stuck in a job that you hate, a relationship that you don't love, around people that mistreat you. If your brain is used to that, then so be it. That's what safety is to your brain. So this is literally where the hard work is, right? It's not impossible work, but it does get a little hard because you have to be willing to consistently remind yourself, you know what? All of these things that I'm facing, all these challenges, everything that feels like a test, I am going to find the lesson in every single one of these things. And I don't care how long it takes, because I realize that the woman that I'm being called to become has to be able to overcome these things, right? Because where I'm going, I'm going to face these things a lot. And if I can't handle it when they're this small, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to handle it when it's bigger, right? When I'm making millions, when I'm traveling the world, when I'm living my dream life, when I have my dream job, when I have my dream relationship. This is the foundation, right? Your current life is the foundation. Your current challenges, these are the things that's going to take you exactly where you want to go. And this is a perspective that I welcome you to have. It's a perspective that I give all my clients. And that's why within weeks of working with me, right, I get on a call and they're like, Judy, I have no idea why, but life just feels so good. Nothing physically has changed. The only thing that they have changed in those matter of weeks is who they are, how they think, who they believe themselves to be, and what they believe is possible for them. Your mind is way stronger than you have been led to believe. Okay, you are literally creating reality by what you think and what you believe, whether you're conscious of it or not. We are always manifesting whether we are conscious of it or not. But the conscious creators, right, the ones who know the power that they have, they are able to be very selective about what they think, right? They are very selective about who they entertain, who they keep around, because they know that those things is what's influencing who they are. And who they are is what's influencing what they experience in their current reality. Okay? So do the work. Okay? Be committed. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If you want a life that you feel like you never need a vacation from because it just feels so fucking good, you can have that. But you have to be willing to be here first. Okay? That is it for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope you bloomed. If you're listening on YouTube, do not leave this page without hitting that subscribe button, and leave a comment and let me know if you've been feeling like you've been being tested a lot lately, and what have you been doing about it. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure to give this show 5 stars. Okay? Your ratings really, really help. And make sure that you share this episode with a friend who needs to hear it. That is it for today. I will see you guys on the next one.